Welcome, Aries. My name is Sandra. Welcome to Gaia's Graceful Garden Soap Company, LLC. I'm going to be doing the Aries reading. It's a general collective reading. It's free. We're doing the one for February. Hope everyone's doing wonderful and getting along okay in the new year. I just want to say anything you need from me will be in the description box below. That includes the disclaimer for the channel. It includes information and how to contact me for private readings if you'd like a personal reading. And also information on if you'd like to tip or donate to the channel. You do not have to. These readings are all free. And I want to say welcome back to subscribers and welcome to anyone new who's watching. You're welcome here. I reach out with my heart space. I just want to say that I'm an intuitive card reader, so I don't read by the book. I'm sorry if that upsets some people. There are other card readers if you don't like the way that I read. There's a lot of beautiful card readers on YouTube that you're welcome to check out. I also am an automatic writer, so many times I automatic write and get the messages and then write them down and use that as the channeled in message for the beginning of each reading. I make sure, that I let my spirit guides and ancestors know what sign it's for or if it's just a general. I also use my pendulum sometimes. Take anything in this reading that resonates with you and leave it if it doesn't. Now, these readings can be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Lilith, North Node, South Node, wherever it fits in your chart. So if you have Aries anywhere highly aspected in your chart, this reading could be for you. If it doesn't resonate with you, it's probably not your reading. And I have other readings on the channel. You can check out other sign readings too, according to your birth chart. There are lots of great places that you can obtain free copies of your birth chart. On Google or through your web browser, you can type in free astrological birth chart. It'll pull up several sites. You give a little bit of information and then they provide you with your chart so that you know your houses and what astrological signs are in each house and so on and so forth. So with all that being said, let's get started with the reading. Aries, what I have for you, channeled in, is reconnections with an old friend or a group of friends. This could be significant for you. I'm feeling for some it's going to be friends. For some it could be even like family reunions. I know it's winter time and stuff, but I feel like there's at least one Aries out there, or maybe a couple, who are going to have some kind of family reunion, family dinner. Some people are going to go to lunch with friends, but it's going to be a time, because it is winter time, we're cooped up in our homes. I feel like a lot of Aries in the month of February, excuse me, will be trying to get out of the house, to go do other things, to uplift themselves, to help combat the wintertime blues. And there's an overall feeling for Aries in the month of February to be practicing good self-care, spiritual baths, even just sitting alone quietly, reading a book. It could be anything that makes you feel better, recharges your batteries, and helps you get through the wintertime nonsense. We're about halfway through winter, so hopefully it doesn't last way past its welcome time. I understand we need it. Like, we have a lot of snow here, so I get that the earth, she needs her snow, needs the freeze, and then the water to, I understand all that, but we get kind of sad, depressed. Wintertime is hard for human beings. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of uplifting of yourself and syncing with your flow. And for some Aries, it'll be just finding your flow. You may have felt like a fish out of water for a while. just flopping around or wandering aimlessly, but I feel like you're going to find your flow if you haven't already. You'll be syncing with that and starting to live more fluidly. There could be some household disruption or some family conflict for a few Aries in the month of February. And a lot of this, again, could be due to like the cold weather and being cooped up. It could be any number of things. I don't feel like for most Aries it's going to be anything really serious, although for some it could be. I feel like the universe is going to be testing the Aries a lot in February, and not just Aries, but a lot of the signs as well. Again, winter time, it's yeah, a lot of tests. And I feel like many of you Aries are carrying a lot of the Ankh energy. This is the Ankh is the Egyptian key of life, and I feel like a lot of you are beginning to carry that or already have. Again, this could be just figuring out your flow and going with it. And with that being said, we're going to start the reading of the cards. I'm going to be using my Fairies Oracle deck to start with. And then I believe I will be using the Moon Oracle and the Earth Magic Oracle. I have several decks here, but this is the first deck I ever got. I want to let you also know that any of these readings, even if it does resonate with you at this time, things may not turn out exactly like the reading. This all depends on your energy and the decisions that you make as well, or the decisions of the world. Something I've learned about spirituality is that nothing is ever truly set in stone, because it all depends on us, the decisions that we make, the way we do things. All right. What do we have here? We have Spirit for Aries, February 2023. I have my own homemade index cards that I use sometimes too, but I decided to lay off of those for the astrological sign readings for February. And we have Spirit for Aries, February 2023. With honesty came out. I don't read reversals, by the way. I feel like honesty is going to be very big right now. Like I said, there could be family conflicts or disruption, but reconnections with old friends. And if you've been lying to yourself about anything, it might be time to not do that so much. Let's ask Spirit. Is this honesty card and a need to be honest? No. Is this card signifying that someone is being very honest? Yes. Okay, so I feel like being honest with yourself and with others. This could be a new thing or something that's been ongoing. Like I said, there's a lot of tests coming in February, just in the winter months, a lot for all of us. That could have something to do with the tests, the spiritual tests, else do we have here? The Sun. Knowledge. Christ consciousness. Spiritual empowerment. So, yeah, there's honesty with yourself is bringing a higher spiritual connection, maybe even with another person, maybe with yourself, but maybe this is the group of friends or the family. Maybe there's going to be something like that where you discuss these things. For some Aries, this could be very, very significant. But definitely the Sun is shedding light. So, like I said, you're finding your flow. Maybe you have been or felt a little disconnected in the past, and maybe your own honesty with yourself and with others is bringing in a flood of light, a flood of the Sun, understanding God consciousness, your own spiritual empowerment. Maybe that's something else too. Maybe you hadn't not understood or lied to yourself about your own spiritual empowerment, and now you're starting to open your eyes to it. What else do we have, please, Spirit? A collective of pixies. Okay, so honesty, honest with yourself, understanding that we are humans on a spiritual journey. Well, you know what I'm saying. Like, we are not just human, okay? We're human only for a moment. We are spirit, soul for always. And maybe you're understanding that, honesty with yourself. New knowledge is coming, opening up. You're seeing your own virtue. You're following, you're finding your path. Like I said, finding your flow, staying on your flow. Maybe that's what these two are about. Honest with yourself, seeking out the knowledge, seeking out the wisdom, coming into God consciousness, understanding what that means, and then finding your flow, your path, and staying on that flow. I feel like I may be talking to a few Aries who are celibate, which that would be virtue as well. We have Geo the Slow. So maybe this has taken you a while to get here, cycles of time. And I just heard past lifetimes. So there may be these things coming out as well. Understanding how long it takes actually for a soul, excuse me, to move on. Patience with yourself and the people around you are going to be really important. But I feel like most of you in the month of February are not going to be having a whole lot of problem with that. I feel like patience is going to be pretty high for the most part, especially for the winter months being what they are. However, I imagine with everyone being home, kids being home from school on snow days and stuff, patience can wear a little thin. This here is this Ankh energy, the key of life. Like I said, I feel a lot of you are in that kind of energy. You know, understanding anytime you had self-deceit, getting rid of it, compassion to yourself and to others, knowledge, God consciousness, and understanding that everything is connected. Understanding your own duty, finding your own flow and path, the cycles of time, how slow they are, it can be. And really, when we think of those cycles of time, I mean, they do seem to move slow, but when we look at it sometimes, you know, they're just a blink. Just a blink. Being patient with yourself, though, and other people. What else do we have? We have one more, please, Spirit. You may even be receiving messages in meditation or throughout your day from, quote, pixies, unquote. The Fae realm may be very important to helping you open your eyes to what is. One more, please, Spirit. Let me shuffle these. You usually pull 5. More fall out. Sometimes I'll keep them, but get one more. We have Ilv the Retriever. Ilv the Retriever. Anything that's been lost to you. I feel like this goes for good karma. That once you come to this, you know, you're going to understand, open up, start following your path. Or if you've already, I feel like good karma is coming. It's all our good. See, my belief is that good karma and bad karma is stored up. But I feel like we have to claim it. You know, and that's what this is, the claiming of good karma. Or maybe someone has some unclaimed property somewhere that they're going to claim. It could mean many, many things. But I feel like this all is coming because all these things here have come together. And with the cycles of time card here being first, I feel like slow moving. And I got the message about past lives. So this could even be stuff that you've accumulated in past lives. And now you're claiming it. And if you notice, he's holding the little ball thing or whatever that is next to his throat chakra. Maybe you're finding your own voice and finding a way to creatively speak on something that you're very passionate about, or speak up on. It could even be injustice that was done to you or someone else around you. Let's go ahead and pull some Moon Oracle cards. I feel like this is something you've known deep inside of yourself all along, but I feel like a lot of us are afraid to open up. I know that I have been afraid to open up to a lot of things. When I first started on my spiritual path several years ago, some of the things that I learned and some of the things that I received were so foreign to me because they were not things that I was taught, you know. They're not things that we learn at church or at Sunday school or in school, or, you know, these are things that come from deep, deep within ourselves. And sometimes it can cause serious cognitive dissonance. I went through it for so long, and sometimes I still do. I'll see something or I'll learn something new and I'll be like, there is no way. But as it goes on, you know, I learned that, you know, just because I think there's no way doesn't mean that that's always the case. It just means that I need to open my mind a little more, open my heart a little more. What is that here? A little further with this, please, Spirit, for Aries, February of 2023. This is my newest deck of cards. So we got my oldest deck here. The Moon Oracle is my newest deck. And I'm still bonding my energy with it. So, I mean, it's Venus. Venus is the goddess of love. I believe in your case, self-love has become very important. And like I said, there's a real need to practice self-care, which the self-care could even lead to this, you know, and opening up to your own inner deep knowledge, wisdom, your own role in the God consciousness, seeing your path laid out in front of you so that you can get on it and stay on it. Understanding that time moves very slowly and that sometimes we get veered off of our path in this life or in another one. It takes a while to get back on it. Claiming of unclaimed property, good karma. Like I said, somebody may even have lost some material property in this life or in another life that's coming to them. Take it how it fits for you. But definitely a claiming of what is yours, what belongs to you. Venus energy, she's the goddess of love. It's unconditional love in the heart space. What do we got here? Got several of them try to come out and none of them did it. None of them even flipped over. Try this again here. Right. Aries, please, Spirit. For this reading. Oh, all right. We had two that jumped out, so let's see what we got. Investment. And Fortuna. So this investment in yourself, in your own spiritual awakening, in your own spiritual path, this investment with unconditional love coming from the heart space is going to bring good fortune. Like I said, unclaimed property. This doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be rich or anything like that. It just means that good fortune will be yours. For some, it could be you're going to get rich. For some, it could be money coming. But I don't like to always put that out there because for some it will not be. It will be some other kind of great abundance. And, you know, abundance isn't based on monetary value. In fact, abundance could be any amount or any number of beautiful things that come to you, especially when it comes to unconditional love. You know, maybe you're going to be receiving back unconditional love in a big way. Palace. Yeah, this is within your own heart space, within your own self. The house that is you, the home that is you. The grapes, I think of fertility, definitely abundance. I feel like definitely this Ankh energy that I had talked about, the key of life. Maybe you're finding the key of life through all these things. I feel like you've come through a lot of cycles of time, many of you, which is strange because it's considered that Aries is the first of the zodiac signs. But maybe you've been through them all and coming back around to the beginning again, or maybe you've done this several times. I can't say for sure. What I do know is that you're coming and claiming what's yours. This could be even like I said, the space that you hold in this world, your duty, you know, what is yours, what belongs to you, like that duty, willingness, your willingness to serve, to serve others as well. Some of you may be opening up to that also. What can you do to serve others? But I feel like mostly this is an inner thing. Learning to love yourself, understanding that you're worthy of beautiful things. Not necessarily all material things, but beautiful things in return. Kindness, gratitude. Vigilant stone people. I think vigilance in itself, you know, you're going to be vigilant to continue with the Venus energy and to invest in yourself so that you can continue to put out into the world good things. But I also think it's a vigilance in getting to the truth of yourself, getting to the knowledge and wisdom that's yours, you know, staying vigilant, staying on that path. It's hard to stay on a spiritual path, it really is. And some people's paths are less spiritual than others, so it may not necessarily just be a spiritual path. This could be knowledge of anything that it is you feel called to do. But definitely learning to love the self. Yeah, whoa, a new perspective. Because I feel like we're taught so much that loving ourselves is selfish. I know in my own world, as I was growing up and throughout my life, you know, taught that it was selfish to love ourselves. I was taught that I had to suffer in order to have anything real in this world. And I had to change the way I think of things. So maybe that has a lot to do with things too. Like I said, honesty with ourselves, compassion for ourselves and for others, definitely. But a new way of looking at it so that we can receive, you know, the palace, which is us, you know, the energy that we are. That the energy never dies, that time, the cycles of time are long and slow sometimes, but still being able to claim what is ours. Release. Yeah, releasing the old way of thinking to bring about a new one. Yeah, because you have to release those old ways of thinking that we're undeserving of good things, that we're undeserving of love, or, you know, because we are all deserving of those things. But I know that we're taught so differently. You know, I know how I was raised, and, well, yeah. And I know what I was taught in school and in church, you know, that nothing but a low-life sinner, nothing but, you know, unworthy of anything good. And I have a really hard time with that. I just really do. Now that I'm starting to learn to love myself. And this is where I think a lot of people are at. This is where you may be at in February too, Aries. And time is fluid, so this may not just be February. And like I said, for some of you, this may have already happened. But I feel like releasing those old perspectives, staying vigilant. Yeah. A communion. Communion with nature. Communion with your higher self, with your ancestors, with your spirit guides. The masculine and feminine within. Like I said, your higher self. Practicing compassion, again, for yourself. This is just like a repeat. It's just repeating itself. You know, compassion, love, compassion, Venus energy, ceremony, invocation. Like I said, just becoming honest with yourself, bringing up in yourself what is your personal truth and what is your personal path in this huge God consciousness that so many, well, all of us and the whole multiverse as part of, you know, calling on your ancestors, your spirit guides, your higher self to help guide you. Invocation, you know, bringing, for some this could even be spiritual ceremonies, cord cuttings, breaking of soul ties, you know, anything, even just pulling back your own energy every day and sending back the energy to sender that's not your energy, you know, like the spiritual baths, crystal grids, whatever it is for you. And I feel like you're coming into a place where the Ankh energy is so very important. And I feel like you're becoming, well, you always were it. I mean, it's the key of life. But I feel like you're understanding the more deeper meanings of what that all entails. And with all that being said, Aries, that is all I have for you today. I wish you all the best. I hope that everyone's making wonderful choices. Everyone's having a beautiful new year. This was a wonderful, wonderful reading, Aries. And I hope that everyone has a great month. And I will talk with you again real soon. Peace.